Hello and welcome to this taste challenge. Okay, make sure I fix these wires over here. All right, anyway, we have Kentucky Dale blended whiskey. This is a 2080 blend from Frankfort, Kentucky, part of the Sazerac company. And in fact, there's a lot of light shining on it. Let's get a better view of it. This is distilled at Buffalo Trace's distillery, at the Buffalo Trace Distillery, Frankfort, Kentucky. 80% grain neutral spirits, 20% straight whiskey. Versus Beam's 8-star, part of Beam-Suntory. This is distilled in Kentucky at either Clermont, it looks like it's Clermont, C-L-E-R, Clermont, okay, in Frankfort, the capital, Kentucky. So both of these could actually be from Frankfort, home of Kentucky State University and the state capital, which I visited. But we know they're from Kentucky. Now, what does Beam's 8-star mean? What is the significance of 8-star? You know what? I don't know. Kentucky Dale, geographical meaning. Anyway, or topographical. All right. Now this 2005 bottle, they're both 80 proof, okay? But this 2005 bottle is 75% grain neutral spirits and 25% straight whiskey. If you look at the newer bottles, I was at Dorgnac's in December 2016, and they had this in the big 1.5 liter plastic bottle, and it was saying 2080, 80-20. Beautiful plastic bottle. Nothing has the cachet of a plastic bottle, right? I know it's from 2005 because at the bottom of the bottle it says 05. All liquor bottles have to have the year at the bottom of the glass. I think beer too, if you look, that's a clue for beer. And this says 2016, 15. Okay. This was 2 bottles for $4, so $2 a piece. But you had to buy 2 bottles at the corner convenience store on US Highway 90 in New Orleans. If you bought 1 bottle, it was like $3.89 for one, but these deals are like this all around here. They want you to buy 2 bottles. Okay, so it would be crazy not to. And then this single bottle, I think, was $1.89. 375 milliliters and 200 milliliters. In 1980, American distilling and wine companies were forced by the U.S. government to go to the metric system, okay, 1980. So if you get liquor, I'm going to try to bring up the online chat. Let's see about that. If you get liquor before 1980, it will be in the English system. There we go. And if you get liquor starting in January 1980, or wine, it will be in metric system, milliliters. So that's kind of interesting. We'll see what happens here. I'll mute that. Mute that tab. All right. Now, I put these 2 snifter glasses. I put little tags at the bottom, BES, Beam's 8-star. There are some online reviews of this, and they're not favorable. And they were talking about, the guy was talking about, they won't even acknowledge this liquor. What does that tell you about it? Look on Jim Beam website, it's not listed, but you can find it in the deep archives of Beam-Suntory on some PDF files. They'll list all their brands, and Beam's 8-star is listed. So they can't deny it. They have to list it according to the US government anyway. You can look on their files, Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Bureau. You look on their files, and it'll be listed. Kentucky Dale is openly acknowledged by Sazerac. And in fact, Sazerac, on their very extensive website, openly acknowledges all their brands. They don't try to downplay them. They may not give you a big description of it, but they'll show the different, they'll show every brand they have, which is hundreds, and then they'll show there's photos of each bottle design. Very interesting. Both of these are sold in glass bottles, okay, by the way. They're not just some cheap plastic only bottle configuration. You can get both of these in a 750 milliliter glass bottle. I just have not happened to see that. All right, so will I be able to tell them apart? My feeling is yes, I would be able to, but it won't be super easy. It won't be like when I did Crystal Palace Gin versus Seagram's Distiller's Reserve. That was just too big of a difference in quality. Okay, it was just like Crystal Palace Gin with not necessarily a bad flavor, but just an almost total lack of flavor, versus Seagram's Distiller's Reserve Gin, which was abundant flavor and quite complex flavor and very good flavor. So I got these pretty mixed up. I can't remember which is which now. That's why when I do this, I start running my mouth so I can get them good and mixed. Now, from the appearance here at very early in the morning, oh, well, I've been up since before 3, so it's kind of like not so early for me, but don't see any comments, but that's okay. I don't guess too many people would be wanting to comment this early, but I just opened it up in case somebody wants to. Appearance, I guess the same, that amber, kind of lighter amber, clear. Both have little alcohol legs, maybe a chestnut color or something like that you see. Bought these little snifter glasses at ABC Liquor on US Highway 92 in 92 northbound, by the way, in St. Petersburg, Florida. All right, time to do the taste challenge. I wear glasses so I can see far away, nearsighted, but up close, I don't need the glasses. You know, it's like so powerful. They're so powerful that everything looks like it's blurry, but up anything, you know, in this area, I can see fine. Been like that since 1987, I guess. Okay, and the eye doctor, he died. He was an old man. He asked me, he said, "Boy, you read a lot." I said, "Well, yeah." He said, "Yeah, that's usually what happens. You read a lot, your eyes go bad." Oh, that was just him saying that. He knows more about it than me. He was the ophthalmologist. I wasn't. Okay, it smells alcoholic, boozy, sweet, you know, that whiskey sweetness, nuttiness smell that you get. And you know, you people are bigger whiskey drinkers than me. I've just dabbled in it, and I wasn't even supposed to start doing it until 2028, right? I was supposed to do only brandy. But then I saw these oddities, and I said, I can't resist. Same thing with the gin. I couldn't resist. Okay. But it has sort of a flat overriding aroma, and I think that's telling me that's that Kentucky Dale, because I think with Sazerac, their cheaper stuff is like a flat. I think they try to make it where it's not horrifically bad or anything. They just make it like a flat, neutral for generalized mixing, right? The cheap stuff the bars keep around. So when you pay $8 for that old fashioned, you're getting totally gypped because it's costing them 80 cents to make it at most. All right. This one might be a little richer. Same nuttiness, same sweetness, same alcohol, same. I don't know how to describe whiskey too well, but it does, to me, it has that nutty aroma. Almost like, you say, oh no, I'm turning off the show now. No, but it almost has some commonalities with cream sherry. Now, if you drink cream sherry, which I know it's made from grapes and this is made from grain, okay, blah, blah, blah. But it'll have that kind of nutty thing. And I don't know what causes it. This one is a little richer. And I think that would make a slight difference when one is 75-25 and one is 80-20. Okay, that's another thing. Because the grain neutral spirits, I was reading about that on the U.S. government website and on Wikipedia, you know. But on the U.S. government website, they were saying, wow, it's just a filler, more or less. Like it's supposed to be, it's like corn or rice in brewing. It's really, if you use corn or rice adjunct in beer brewing, it's not supposed to have any flavor. So if you're tasting corn, something's wrong with the brewing process. They talked about that on Beer Academy on Moosehead's website. Okay. But it does flatten out the taste. Like, so if you're drinking adjunct lagers, Budweiser or Coors, you know, Coors uses corn and rice. But anyway, but you'll notice that they tend to have I don't mean they're flat, not carbonated. They have a flat taste relative to all malt beers. Okay. So that's the complaint people have, or some people have with them. They just don't have the rich flavor. And then you'll find that with these. It's not that these two are ghastly in the aroma or taste. They just don't have a whole lot of it. But if you're doing mixed drinks and you're not too picky, I'm sure Beam's 8-star in Kentucky Dale will be fine, because I noticed they're very popular around here. Especially if, you know, Dornax had these big jugs of Beam's 8-star. And Dornax is a place that appeals to rather well-heeled people. So that's like the wealthier part of Jefferson Parish, one of the wealthier parts. So their clientele, you know, they're going to pay for the Creole cream cheese homemade in their deli department. They're going to pay for the really good stuff. But then some of these people, they know they're going to have a New Year's Eve party or like a christening party. And then you got the moochers, I should say. And, you know, they're not going to bring anything, but they like to go to these parties. So they want to drink a lot, eat a lot, drink a lot. So you say, oh, okay, you want to show up and you want to drink all my stuff? Well, you're not drinking my, you're not going to drink my Remy Martin $600 bottle. You could drink this Hartley brandy. And these people aren't going to care. They're going to mix it with Coca-Cola and they're going to drink it and they're going to get blasted and they'll have to tell them to leave the party. But this is a common thing in America, probably the rest of the world. Okay, Johnny Benavides says, good morning. Good morning, Johnny. What is that? Whiskey? Yes, they're both blended whiskeys. So on with the taste. But that's the preface of this. I think people do buy these type of things. It's not all, you know, I always making jokes. It's the people that live under the bridge. It's your Skid Row drunks. It's your, I mean, they do buy that because that's all they can afford. But also it's people that just don't want to pay a lot. And for the mixed drink purposes, they're not going to sit by the fireplace in January and, you know, sniff and sip on this and then think about the events of the day. That is, they're going to get something better. Okay. Like maybe Four Roses. This one is okay, has the alcohol taste, of course. The nutty thing I'm talking about, the sweetness, the sugary note, nutty note, almost like it's like a walnut oil or a pecan oil. Like we used to crack pecans and your fingers would be so covered with oil and everything would smell like that. It's kind of like that. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Not luxurious and ultra deluxe fantastic. You know, picayune. but not bad. This one, it's all right. It's got those things I just described with the other one, but they're muted. They're so muted. This one is okay. It's like arguably good, but it's in no way ultra deluxe, first class, uptown, lakefront, highfalutin item. It's just like it exists. It's not terrible. You could buy it. You may not even hate it. You might even, in some ways, enjoy it. Like I say, some people are not picky drinkers. They're drinkers. They like to drink. And I didn't say they were drunks or alcoholics. They just like to drink. They come home from work. They say, let me get some Kentucky Dale. And they're just going to enjoy it. And they're not going to sit there and analyze it or break it apart, look at it from different angles, or you know, come up with hypothetical scenarios about how it tastes relative to other whiskeys. They just buy it because it's a cheap price, and that's, or they may be very constrained with their budget, so it fits. And so you know, fine. Now, fine with the gin is some more challenge. You know, like what I talked about, the Distiller's Reserve from Seagram's versus that Crystal Palace. That is so profound. And I'm not comparing a good one with a bad one right now. I'm comparing a popular price, let's call it, try to make it sound nice, a popular priced blended whiskey versus a popular price blended whiskey. So this is a more, this is a fairer contest anyway. But when you did those two, that was just profound. And I think, like Greenleaf said, oh yeah, well, go ahead and compare the regular Jim Beam with Beam's 8-star, and you're going to notice it right off the bat. And that could be true because I'm not comparing those right now, and I will do that one day. And if I have to go buy some more 8-star, no big deal. $1.89 for this. Yeah, this one's flatter. I think this here in my left hand, you're right, as you're looking at it. I think this is the Dale. It's just flat. It's got that, what I'm starting to learn, characteristic Sazerac, popular price, flat taste. And I think this one is the 8-star. Beams might have a little more punch in their flavors, even with their lower end items. But now I haven't looked below, so I don't know. I could be wrong. I was wrong with the Hennessy Black versus Hennessy VSOP Privilege, and that was those two were even probably a higher grade than the Distiller's Reserve from Seagram's. I know they were higher grade because they were twice as expensive, or at least 60% more expensive than you could get the Distiller's Reserve. All right, so let's check. So did I get it right? I did get it right. Beam's 8-star, it's got a richer flavor. And the Kentucky Dale, it does not have a bad flavor. It just doesn't have much flavor. It's that flat. And I'm curious now because Sazerac makes just this enormous amount of stuff. Like I did that Albertson's brandy, and I come to find out that's a contract brew, a contract booze, not a brew, a booze from Sazerac. And they have all these like the U.S. government and Kentucky Control Board calls it assumed names. It's illegal. People tried to sue. Remember Blue Moon saying they tricked me because they didn't know it was Coors. But those were thrown out of court. And I think because legally they can have assumed, you can have assumed names. I was even looking at these documents, U.S. government and Kentucky Liquor Control Board documents. And it said assumed name, its official title, and then real name. So the government is basically saying, don't come sue, don't come waste our time in court suing Blue Moon because you claim you didn't know it was Coors. Get off your lazy behind, you drinker, and go do some research. Or perhaps you could just ask the store manager and he'd probably tell you, or you could ask the store manager and he would tell you to call the distributor and they would tell you. they putting a lot on the consumers in this sense. Go do your research. Find out. Me, Louisiana Beer Reviews is my normal title for the videos, but whatever. You know, I do the research. It's not that hard. It is not that hard. Well, sometimes it's hard. I bought 2 whiskeys at Albertsons over the weekend. That was a little hard, but I found, you know, I mean hard, like it took me 10 minutes. That's how hard it was. It took me 10 minutes or less to find out who was behind those 2. And I found out. Like John Lennon said, I found out. I found out. Okay, Johnny says, Johnny Benavidez says, do you like bourbon? Do I like bourbon? I tried the Four Roses and I tried the Old Van Winkle, and they tasted very good. So I would say, yes, I must like them because I tried them and they were good. They were fabulous. Have you tried Buffalo Trace? No, I have not. That's another Sazerac. That's almost like another company, independently operated company owned by Sazerac. Sazerac is huge. No, I have not tried it yet, Johnny, but I would be open to it. And then Beam-Suntory is huge. You look at their website, you could just, really, you could say, I'm going to only do Sazerac products on my channel. And that would fill your channel if you did 5 a week for years. So your channel would be, or you could say, I'm going to only do Beam-Suntory varieties 5 times a week on my channel. And your channel would be filled for years. This is how huge these companies are. It would be filled for years. So I did do what I thought. I was able to do the challenge and guess. I just, from memory now, I was going from memory. I thought the Kentucky Dale had a flat taste from memory, and I thought the Beams had a richer taste. Although I thought the Beams made me feel sick. Could have been a coincidence. But the 2 times I had tried it, and I didn't drink a lot, I just felt sick to my stomach later that day, and I thought, I don't know. I don't think I didn't drink much of it. Could a whiskey make your stomach turn or something? I don't know. Maybe we'll see later. If you know, that was all it did. It just felt a little sick to my stomach. I don't know. Like I said, could be a total coincidence. But anyway, that's that. Beams wins the challenge. Okay, Sazerac, you didn't do a terrible job, but you couldn't beat the famous Jim Beam with their Beam's 8-star product. All right, that's it for this video. Let's see, any more comments? I don't think so. Oh, Dick Dastardly says, I like when people use their real names, Dick Dastardly. I'm a Bullet man myself. Good quality and relatively inexpensive up here in Canada. I keep hearing about Bullet. I've never seen Bullet. Have I seen Bullet? I don't know. It's probably around here. But this is a name. This is a brand name that just keeps popping up more and more. Well, I've got a long march through brandy. If you looked in my cabinet, you'd say I have to do an intervention. This is it. Enough's enough. No, I don't think you have to do an intervention. That's just a project. I mean, you could intervene in the sense that you could help me pay for what's in the cabinet. I mean, that's if you want to intervene in that sense, or you could intervene in the sense that you could help me examine these by going by your own, and we do online hangouts. But no, that's a project, and like I say, it's going to take me through 2017. I already had somebody asking me about more whiskey and brandy, and I said, no. What I have stashed is going to take me through at least 2017, I think, December 31st. I can't see it going faster than that. All right, thank you for watching this examination. That's the end of that. Be back to beer for the rest of the week, I do believe. Well, I did post that Sheffield Tawny Port today. Well, that was fabulous. Good grief. What you can find for $10.99 a big bottle, you could not believe it. Great stuff. These, yeah, they fit their price point. If you want a pretty good product for $189, and it's probably more in your area. I don't know why that store was selling this so cheap. It's strange, but I didn't ask too many questions. And then this one, 2 for $4. You know, it fits the price point. If you want to really go low, it'll probably work. Like I say, they're serviceable. Okay, That's that. Thanks, folks. Goodbye.